मेरे फ्लैश तो नहीं आ रहा ना?
You could call him a family friend. From time to time he would ask me, I do this. I hope you don't mind, right? And he would touch me all over. He would group me.
I don't know. I thought probably this is the case. He kept on fighting my tears and hide the fact that I'm so hurt and I'm so sad and broken. How? She was a kid. I was a kid.
These heart-wrenching stories are sadly someone's reality. That's disturbing, right? But what's even more disturbing are these figures. 1 billion children globally face some or the other form of abuse. 53% children in India undergo the same.
The problem of child abuse has always been tackled from a social angle. But we, the guardians, thought of coming up with an engineering solution for it. Because most kids are neither able to understand nor communicate what is happening to them when they are being subjected to abuse, be it emotional, physical, or sexual. Our solution to this is a child abuse detector, comprising of a wearable device ecosystem and a mobile application that alerts guardians in real time about potential cases of child abuse and also keeps a check on the mental health of the child.
Our device ecosystem comprises of 4 main components. The first is the upper body innerwear, which is integrated with flexible force sensors and gyroscope. The lower body innerwear, which is very similar to the upper body innerwear and is integrated with flexible force sensors again. Then we have the wristband, which is integrated with a pulse sensor and a GPS module. And lastly, we have the application that detects the mental health of the child and behavioral changes.
During the research that we carried out for this project, we found that integrating sensors with wearables is not uncommon. The real challenge is in finding the best possible sensor for the required purpose. Our device consists of 4 sensors that output a continuous series of force values that they record. Now, there are certain patterns to every kind of touch that are visible in the data that these sensors output. These can be seen in the video demonstrations.
So here in the demonstration you can see when there is no physical contact, the graphs are totally flat. But as soon as there is a physical contact, the graphs note a very different pattern. If there's a physical abuse, such as someone is hitting, the graphs will give you a very high reading and a very different reading. Which we saw that there was a pattern out here which we were observing on different day-to-day activities or the physical abuse. Each type of abuse outputs a distinctive pattern which can be recognized by a mathematical or a machine learning model. Now, once the model detects the distinctive patterns in real time, the data is classified as a case of potential abuse. This signal is sent to the application along with the time and location coordinates of this received signal. Now, everyone in the audience might be thinking, oh, these sensors also get triggered from day-to-day activities. That is where our mathematical model comes into play. Our mathematical model is a mean and variance analysis of the segmented pressure sensor data. We also have a machine learning model which we tested just yesterday, and we had to create test data on it. It is basically a multi-layer perceptron model, which is an artificial neural network. So if there is a hug that is happening, that won't be classified as an abuse. Or if someone is sitting on a chair, even at that point of time, the sensors which are fitted at the back would get triggered. But our model won't classify it as an abuse.
Coming to the application, it logs all of these received signals under flagged cases. Along with its real-time signal detection and display, the application also has 2 more complementary parts to it. A psychological evaluation test for the child, which analyzes the child's state of mind through child-friendly questions. Now, these are based on actual play tests and projective tests, which are employed by psychologists to assess the mental state of children.
A feedback form for the guardians of the child, which asks the questions about the child's behavioral patterns to identify signs of abuse. These 4 components together make an inclusive system to cover most of the signs of abuse.
Now, after hearing the words sensors and underwear, I'm sure many of you must be questioning about how that works. Electrical components attached to the underside of a child's clothing, but while designing this device, we kept all of those aspects in mind. Even in the low fidelity prototype that we have made, we have used flexible and thin force sensors that are sandwiched between 2 pieces of clothing with the minimum possible wiring. in such a way that they are never in direct contact with the child's body.
So now, coming to the future prospects. Our group was researching continuously on materials. What material could be the sensor made of? So in India, we could not find any dealer who could deal with such materials. So we made a tactile pressure sensor company called TechScan in the US, and we shared them the problem which we are having. So they sent us this data. Here you can see they had used that data, used the sensors on a bed sheet, and the pressure of the body while the person is sleeping, that is being noted. So such sensors are very flexible, which can be utilized in the clothing, and in the high fidelity prototype models, we could use them.
So we came to the solution after thoroughly putting in all the intellectual resources that we had access to in our time so far at IIT Gandhinagar. And our team is fully motivated to take this project forward, work with all the access to the newer and better resources that are coming up in science and technology every single day. So let's all join hands to shield the innocent in the society. Thank you.